Welcome to PlayBranson. I'm your host, Chris Meyer, and on today's show, it's brought to you by PlayBranson.com, where you can find lots of information about Branson shows and attractions. If you're looking for the latest schedules, go to PlayBranson.com. Our guest today on PlayBranson is Peyton Grant. She's with a new attraction in Branson called Seasonal Encounters, which includes Jurassic Land, the Easter Bunny Experience, Wild West Adventure, Great Pumpkin Adventure, and Santa Adventureland. Lots of attractions there. Can you believe this is our 7th year to do this show? Last month we announced that we're going to be on the Vacation Channel. So if you're in Branson, that's Channel 6 on Optimum Cable or 36-1 if you watch via an antenna. You can still catch us on all of our social media platforms such as Facebook, YouTube, or our website at PlayBranson.com. I just want to say thank you to so many of you who saw me this last month around Branson and said, hey, you saw the show on the Vacation Channel. As we start season 7, do you have a performer that you'd like to see on the show? Well, let us know. Go to our Facebook page, send us a message, and tell us who you'd like to see, and we'll do our best to get them on a future episode. We'll be back in just a moment. Hey folks, welcome back to the show. Chris Meyer here with Peyton from Seasonal Encounters Branson. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. We're excited to be here.
Seasonal Encounters Branson. Did I get that name right?
Yes.
Okay. What is that? Because someone may be like, I don't understand. What is it?
So basically it's an Adventureland is what we call it. And you do an activity throughout the building. So depending on if you go to Jurassic Land, Easter Bunny Experience, Wild West Adventure, Great Pumpkin Adventure, or Santa Adventureland, depends on the activities that you and your family are going to do. So you'll pay an admission price per person, and then you'll come into that adventure, and then our guides will assist you during each activity. So you could ride a dinosaur, play dinosaur games, do a science experiment, break open a fossil rock, go through the dino forest. Or if one of our limited events is open, you'll get to do their special activities that they have available.
We're going to talk about that today, but I want to get your background, find out how you got to Branson and kind of your history in the attraction business.
Well, my father and I, we have lots of background in childcare. My father owns childcare facilities back home. So our whole life is around children. Mm-hmm. We love kids and the family. My dad's a single dad of 2 girls, so family's his everything. So we wanted something where families could go and do activities together, hands-on, and make memories, not on their phones.
Yeah. And so how long ago did you open your facility in Texas? And it's in Denton, Texas, right?
Yes. So we opened in Denton, Texas at the Golden Triangle Mall in their old warehouse, basically, in 2019. We opened in November of that year. Okay. And we were open every day, November and December. And it was great, and so we decided that we were going to stay, and the mall wanted us to stay, and so now we do different adventures with them throughout the year, and we're seasonal there, and we love it. Okay. And we decided to come over to Branson and be a year-round adventure and have another home base here, and so we got a building here, and we expanded. So
let's just go back a little ways, because you said your dad raised 2 daughters.
Yes.
And so as you're going, did you just hey, I'm going to be in the family business, or did that evolve over time, or?
I was kind of raised in it. It was kind of like me and Dad are kind of like buddies.
Yeah.
So we're really close. So it's been me, him, and my sister for a long time. My sister's quite a bit younger.
Okay.
So she does kind of like her own thing, but still in the family business. And then my dad and I did more of like the business section of it. And so he was like, all right, come on, let's do this. And so he kind of let me take on a lot more roles. Okay. To where I could kind of run the business, and he just kind of watches.
He watches, yes. Yeah. So you're second generation, I would say, in that respect. But you were the one that kind of said, hey, I want to bring this to Branson.
Yes.
And why Branson?
We visit Branson every 3-4 months. It's somewhere we've always loved visiting. I've grown up visiting here. It's a happy place is what we call it. So anytime we need an escape, we'd say, let's go to our happy place. And we ended up in Branson every single time.
Wow.
And we came up here one day just for a weekend getaway, and I ended up setting up a meeting and came back to the condo and told my dad, and was like, hey, let's start looking for a building. I think we're going to do this.
And so was he like, hey, great, or was he like, what? Or what, like, did that surprise him?
It kind of surprised him, and then the next day he was on the phone with realtors.
Okay.
And we ended up finding a building, and we started setting up a week later.
So you've got some real entrepreneurial aspects to you then.
Yeah, I get it from him. He is self-employed entrepreneur, owns his own businesses. He builds them from scratch. He loves making a new company. He loves starting something new. He loves the aspect of entrepreneurship. And so I've learned from him that if you really set your mind to it, you can do it.
Yeah. Now, have you moved to Branson full time, or do you balance your time between Texas and Branson and Oklahoma? And
So we live in Oklahoma. We have a ranch there. So we're living in Oklahoma, but I am here probably 50-60% of the time.
Okay.
And then I just go back home for some like getaway, and then I come back to work.
Yeah, so now you're at your happy place more, right?
Yes, so it's amazing. And then I go to Texas here and there when it's open. I do have people there that are amazing, and they're very helpful. So I do go there, but Branson is open more, so I do spend a lot more time here. And we do have a house here now.
Yeah.
So we did get a home, so I have a home here.
So this is a perfect example, folks, of people that come here on vacation and they love it so much that they either start businesses here or move here. And so we see this all the time where people are like, man, I come here on vacation now, I just want to live here. So,
Right.
yeah. Okay, hey, I want to stop right here. We're going to come back and we're going to delve into each of these items a little more when we're back. We'll be back in just a minute. Hang tight.
There are so many things to do in Branson. You need help planning and booking all your fun. You need iBranson.com. You can find everything Branson has to offer from your computer, tablet, or cell phone. You can even buy tickets online or talk to one of their friendly Branson travel specialists. There's no sales pitches, no delivery fees, no service fees, and no waiting. It's fast and easy. Find your fun at iBranson.com. Do it all online or call 877-ENTERTAIN. That's 877-368-3782. iBranson.com.
Hey folks, welcome back to the show. We're with Peyton Grant over at Seasonal Encounters Branson, and we're going to talk a little bit more about what's going on over there. And there's a whole bunch of different things. And so, Peyton, let's walk through some of these. So the big one that I've seen advertised is what's on your shirt is this Jurassic Land.
Correct.
People love dinosaurs. So let's dig into that a little bit more.
Okay, so Jurassic Land is a hands-on interactive dinosaur experience. So basically the families come in, they get to meet our giant tortoises. We have Rhino and Hana. They get to meet them, pet them, fill their shells.
They're real.
They are real.
Okay.
Rhino weighs about 115 pounds, and Hana's about 25 at the moment.
Okay.
And once they meet them, they get to come in, they get to ride on an animatronic dinosaur. It's got a saddle, we strap you in, and it's just ride a dinosaur. Not many people get to say they get to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You get to play a whole bunch of the dinosaur games. So we have all these different games set up. You get to feel and see real dinosaur fossils. So we have like teeth and claws and footprints that the children get to see and view. And we have magnifying glasses if you want to get up and close. Once you finish all of the games and the hands-on, you get to move into the lab. The lab is probably one of my favorite spots.
Okay.
You get to make your own creature. So you get a test tube and you fill it with whatever color of liquid you want. You pick a capsule, you put it all together. The lab scientist teaches you how to do all of that. They show you how to put it together. And then you grow a creature inside this test tube. Once you're finished with that, the lab scientist will hand you a rock and you break it open, and then you keep whatever fossil you find inside. So there's all different types of little skeletons inside these rocks, and you can take your creature and your skeleton home.
So the creature, how long does it take to make it?
It takes like about 5-10 minutes
Okay.
because the scientist is like explaining it and talking to
Okay.
you about it. And then it takes it about an hour for it to grow inside your capsule before you can pull it out.
Okay.
So it's like a progressive thing.
Okay.
And then once you're finished there, you'll make your way through the dino jungle, and it's our blue room with all of our animatronic dinosaurs. You get to walk through there. They're fully animatronic, so they talk, they blink, they move, they breathe, and they're all on sensors. So as you walk, they come to life.
Okay, I've seen some pictures, and the pictures I've seen really make it look like it's very authentic, and it's like,
Right.
Like it's really good.
Yeah, we tried to set it up as much as we could to the prehistoric times where it, like, same trees, they still had the palm trees, lots of rock. We set the dinosaurs up to where it looks like you're going through their jungle if they were still here.
Okay, so this goes all year long.
Yes, Jurassic is a year-round adventure.
Okay, so there's things that come and go, but this is going to be here all year.
Yes.
And I'm guessing this is also like great for birthday parties and little group outings and that type of thing.
Yeah, it's great for group outings. We love groups. So once you come in, we try to keep you together. You can do the whole thing together. You don't have to separate like a lot of places where you can only have so many people in a group at a time. We love to keep groups together. So we love groups of people coming through.
Okay, so next you have an Easter thing, which I think by the time this airs that'll be past, but we need to let people know about for the next year.
Right.
So talk about the Easter thing.
So at the Easter adventure, they're going to come in and they're going to get to go into our elevator. Our elevator has TV screens that are going to start showing you a clip of you basically shooting through a different dimension.
Oh, wow.
And then once it's finished, the door will open and then you're in our new limited edition hallway. And that's going to be different for every adventure.
Okay.
So once you pass through for Easter, you're going to go into our first room and you're going to paint a Easter bunny on a canvas, whatever Easter bunny you choose. Once you're finished in there, you'll get to go into the next room and you're going to make your own Easter egg with our Easter egg machines. And you're going to create your own to take home. We will also have giant Flemish rabbits for you to pet, and then we also have a baby kangaroo that you guys could pet and meet as well.
Wow. So a lot of interactive things,
Yes.
doing things, not just looking at things, but really doing things.
Yes, and we have a bunch of games outside that everyone can play as well for the Easter part.
Okay. So after that, now you have this Wild West adventure, right?
Yes.
So let's talk about that.
So Wild West, it's going to be set back in the Western days. Once you go through the elevator, it's going to take you back to the Western days. You're going to pop out and it's going to be an old West town. And then there's going to be posters on the walls. So once you get there, we're going to give you a piece of paper and you're going to have basically a personality. So it could be, anyone from Wyatt Earp to Calamity Jane. So depending on who you get, there's going to be posters on the walls, kind of with biographies of these people and who you are throughout time. Then once you go outside, there's going to be a sheriff. There's going to be like a little jail cell. Then there's going to be a whole bunch of different games, and there's going to be a bunch of like animatronic horses and chickens and pigs, and there's going to be a bunch of games, rope and steers. It's going to be the fake hay bale steers. So we're going to teach you basically what they did in the Wild West.
Wow.
It's going to be our summer exclusive. We'll also have a 360 picture booth where they can dress up in Old West clothes and do their own pictures. Your phone basically goes in this arm and it spins around you and you take pictures.
Wow. I tell you what, there is a lot of fun stuff, it sounds like. Now, when we transition to fall, then you go to this pumpkin.
The Great Pumpkin Adventure. Yes. So that's going to be very kid-friendly. So it's not going to be too spooky. We will have a haunted dinosaur maze, which will be a little scarier for the older kids than the adults. But the activities will be great. They'll get to build different things. They'll get to go to the pumpkin patch and pick out a pumpkin to take home. And all of that will be included in the admission as well. Okay. And then they'll have all the games outside and the different Halloween activities.
Okay, and then last but not least, Santa Adventureland, November and December. Let's talk about what their experience is there.
So Santa Adventureland, you get to meet real reindeer. And we will have a Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus. And you decorate cookies with Mrs. Claus in the bakery. Once you're finished in there and you have all your cookies, you'll go into the next room. You get to go to Elf University.
Elf University?
Yes.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah, so you fill out an application to figure out what job you want to do as an elf.
Okay.
You go through the school, you learn about the different jobs, and you get to make a toy. So you get to learn how an elf makes a real toy. And then you'll get an ID card, and it's a report card. Also, your ID card for you to now be an elf. So you have now been officially made an elf from our teacher, and you get to keep that ID card on you.
Okay.
Then there will be a bunch of games outside, and we have a snow activity outside. Feels like real snow, looks like real snow, stays cold like real snow, and the kids and families get to play in the snow along with all the games.
Folks, this has been a PlayBranson moment where we've been talking to a new attraction here in town with Peyton, and so if you haven't been out there, go check it out. Lots of different things happening there all throughout the year, changes happening. Once again, it's just another great way to vacation here in Branson, Missouri. We'll be back in just a minute. You can find Peyton Grant over at Seasonal Encounters. It's located at 3125 Green Mountain Drive here in Branson, and it's in the old Mount Pleasant Winery building. You can also find them on ibranson.com, or you can call them direct at 417-231-1880. Here's what I think their schedule looks like based on the latest information I could find. The Jurassic Land is going to be open all year, while the Wild West will be basically late spring through September 16th. And then we have the Great Pumpkin Adventure, October 10th through the 30th, followed by Santa Adventureland, November and December. I want to tell you guys about some of the upcoming events coming up here in the area. April 6th through the 30th, Street Fest at Silver Dollar City. April 14th through the 16th, the Women of Joy will be here in Branson with CC Wine, and she is huge. Now, I got to tell you, that is sold out. But we're really excited to have CC here in Branson at the Convention Center. April 21st through the 22nd, we have Music Fest over at the Clay Cooper Theater. And then that same weekend, we have the Branson Collector Car Auction down at the Convention Center. That's always a fun thing. Now, here's something else. April 21st through the 23rd, we have the Favored Women Conference over at the former Welk Resort Theater, and they're going to have lots of speakers, lots of great artists. I got to highlight a couple of them, Crowder and Natalie Grant. They are excellent over there. April 24th through the 28th, also out there, they have a Springtime Jubilee. They've got a lot of other great entertainers and speakers, folks like Linda Randall, the Hoppers, the Gaither Vocal Band, and more. So you want to, you may want to go to some of these conferences and catch some of the entertainers. In May 4th through the 29th, we have Bluegrass and Barbecue at Silver Dollar City with tons of bluegrass artists, including Rhonda Vincent, just to name one of them. May 11th through the 12th, we have Nonsense, the mega musical down at the Owens Theater. May 12th, out at Black Oak, we have Clay Walker, Lone Star, and Neil McCoy. That'll be a great concert. Also, May 26th, Hairball with special guest Moark Mojo. And then May 27th, Matt Gumm's doing a show, and he's got about 14 of them this year. May 27th at 2 p.m., and then another one on June 18th. Coming up in June, we've got Travis Tritt with Corey Kent over at Black Oak Amphitheater as well. Also on June 3rd, and I've mentioned this in previous shows, Michael W. Smith, 36 #1 hits, 15 million records sold. June 3rd to July 16th, we have the summer celebration out at Silver Dollar City, and I just read where Nick Wallenda is going to be back with his Xerxes. And if you don't know about Nick Wallenda, he's an amazing performer, does some crazy stuff. June 22nd, High School Musical Junior is over at the Owens Theater. And then June 30th, Chris Jansen over at Black Oak. July, now folks, I've never heard of these guys coming to the area, but July 1st, Stone Temple Pilots coming to Black Oak Amphitheater. That'll be exciting. Followed by Craig Morgan, July 16th over at Clay Cooper. Kids Rock, July 22nd and the 23rd. Monty Python Spam-A-Lot, July 27th through August 6th down at the downtown Owens Amphitheater. And then in August, Justin Moore and Scotty McCreery, August 18th. Nelly. Now, Nelly draws a lot of people. You wouldn't think so in Branson, but he does. He's actually played the Grand Palace in the past. Got a lot of rappers there. August 19th over at Black Oak. Southern Gospel Picnic follows up late August, the 24th through September 4th, out at Silver Dollar City. And then in September, one of my favorite artists is coming to the area, and I've talked about him on the show before, Toby Mac, out at Black Oak. If you haven't got your tickets, you better do that soon. He's going to be selling out, I'm sure. A lot more artists this fall. That gives you kind of a rundown of what's coming up soon. If you need help planning your Branson vacation, be sure to go to ibranson.com. Be sure to like us on Facebook as well, PlayBranson. You can also follow us on YouTube, and we'll see you next week on PlayBranson.